Well, good morning, everybody, at least here on the East Coast in the United States. I have a very special guest this morning, and her name is Lisa, and I cannot wait to share with you what she does and how successful she is and what a great person she is. So I'm going to see if she can pop on here in a second, wait for her to be accepted. I see that she has logged on, so let's see if we can get her to hop on here. Yesterday, Instagram was giving me some issues with this, so hopefully it doesn't do that. Ah,
Hi there.
hi.
Hi.
You know,
How are you doing?
one of these days, we're going to get the time right sometime, right? I mean,
Oh my goodness. Yes. Our time difference. That's crazy. I checked the time
mhm.
and then it's like Vienna and EST are 7 hours ahead, but it turns out we are only 6 hours ahead. So we are closer than we thought, right?
Right. We were almost there.
Thank you so much for having me, Brad.
You know what? I have been looking forward to this for quite a while. So, especially ever since our last conversation. So I'm just excited that you are here and took the time to actually converse with me. So thank you for doing that.
You're so welcome. I'm totally honored, really, to be here.
Well, I tell you what, I will. I want my followers and everybody that's going to watch this to know more about you. So, would you take a moment and just introduce yourself?
Sure. So everybody, hi. I'm Lisa Grum. I'm saying hi from Austria, Vienna, from Europe. I'm a mindset and business coach. And as you see, our international collaborations go like all over the ocean. So I'm a business coach and I'm a growth mindset expert. And I support entrepreneurs when it comes to starting their online business and growing their online business, not only concerning the numbers, like of course we want to have a certain income, right?
Right.
But also when it comes to their lifestyle. So I want my clients to have a business which is based on their own values and needs, because that's actually what gets us the happiness and the fulfillment we want, and not only the income. So
Awesome.
that's what I do right now. And yeah, totally happy to talk to you about it.
Love it. So um, let me ask you to break that down even a little bit more, like what you do for a living. Like, give us a example of a normal day in Lisa's life.
A normal day in my life. Well, so I love this question because when I was still employed in my 9 to 5, I also had a coach. I had a coach because I needed somebody who guided me through my kind of overwhelm and confusion. And she also asked me, like, hey, Lisa, what is your ideal day? And right now, I think I'm living my ideal day. I really, really do. And it's the simple things. So I start by sleeping until like 8:30 in the morning.
Mhm.
Then I'm getting up and I go to the kitchen in my pajamas, have my coffee. I do my like list of intentions for the day, for the week. I'm at my laptop. I'm also going through things I'm grateful for. So I have my rituals in the morning, my self-development rituals in the morning. It takes me like half an hour, but this half an hour, this is mine. And I'm living together with my partner. So for me in the morning, I can also say hi to him. We can have a chat before we go. He's also self-employed before each of us goes and takes on the day. And this for me to get up in the morning without a rush and just do my things, get really focused, focus on the things which are important. This, for example, was part of my idle day. And then I go on, I do my emails and messages, DMs once in the morning, once in the afternoon. I connect with clients. I have my coaching calls. So I have like one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Right now I have my group coaching program. So Some of the days I also do training recordings, I do content creation, I'm working on my business. I'm having a nice lunch break, like 1 hour lunch break, and I'm not working longer than 6, sometimes even less, and 1 day a week I'm taking off. So I'm working a 4-day week right now.
Wow.
So that's my idle week, my idle day. There you have it.
4-day week. That's amazing. So are you one of those people that needs their coffee in the morning so they don't kill people?
Yes. I don't want to lie to you. Like I need my time in the morning, totally. And my coffee is part of that ritual.
Yeah.
But it can also be a smoothie or something. So yeah, and then I just need time to, I think, to get up and realize how am I and what's important for the day to really get me going.
Right.
Yeah, totally. How are you also one of those people? Do you need your coffee in the morning?
I wanted to love coffee. I do, but I don't. I feel like it's a step in maturity that I have not reached yet. Right? You know, because
Okay.
I'm mature to be able to drink coffee, but I just haven't made it there yet. So
That's healthier for you, so don't worry.
I that I'm putting something else in my mouth that's good for me. So I appreciate that confidence.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
so how did you get into coaching?
Well, it was a journey, of course. So first of all, like my professional career, it started like I started as a teacher, I started as a trainer. Then I got into program management in educational programs. I got into leadership, so I was the leader of our like education and events program for the company I worked in. And yeah, and also I built up our marketing department. And so everything I did, like working, but also the target groups, everything was always helping people to realize their goals in education, in their careers, in their projects, and yeah, and supporting them with it. And then also I got those marketing and leadership skills. And when I was in my 9 to 5, I really liked that job. I liked the team. It was a good job. It was a safe job, good salary. It was a respected organization. But it didn't give me everything I needed. So I could really look back to the last 10 years kind of and say, hey, I loved those 10 years. So for example, the freedom of time, the freedom of location. And yeah, so I decided to start my own business, to quit my job and start my own business. So I was always kind of in this area, like coaching, supporting people, mentoring. But then starting my own coaching business, it was a decision where I thought, okay, let's do this in a professional, self-employed way.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
You went from a life coach to running your own business, right?
Yes.
What makes you so successful at what you do? What is your secret? What is it that makes you unique with what you do?
Oh, thank you, Brett. Now I'm blushing. Let's do more of those lives. I'm just joking. Well, so first of all, I think because of my like teaching experience and my training experience, I know how to get people from A to B. And I also know how to break it down and to explain it as well in different ways. And so that's the first thing when it comes to really strategies and trainings. With coaching, I think it's my personal experience when it comes to understanding people, asking the right questions, because, you know, coaching, I don't suggest things. It's more about, as you know, about like guiding the people with questions where, and they already have the solution. And so we have to be really empathetic, right, to do that. So, and do you still hear me?
I can.
You just trust. So,
Can you?
and my personal story, are you here? Do you hear me?
I do. I do.
Brett, do you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Maybe I'm frozen or you are frozen.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe we're both frozen. So I can still hear you. Uh-oh. You've got the spinning circle. Did I lose you, my friend? Can anybody else hear her, or can anybody hear me? Let me ask the audience. Uh-oh. I seem to have lost her. We're going to try to... Okay, she's coming back. So we'll make that work yet again. Thank you for being patient. It has been quite glitchy. Here we go. You're back again.
I'm back. Yeah. Okay. So sorry for that.
Yeah. Okay. So you were talking, and you got frozen.
Okay. And I'm back now, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me well?
Yes, totally.
All right.
So
Good.
hi everybody again.
All right. So you were talking about going from a business or from a life coach to a business coach, and what makes you so successful in what you do.
Yes. So when I started my business, and that's something many coaches experience, I had to niche down, right? So a business coach will always tell you you have to niche down. So you hear it a lot. So for me, I knew right from the start, I have to niche down as well. I know that from marketing as well, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted yet. So I gave myself like 2 months to figure out like what I really, really wanted and where I really could help people. So at the beginning, I started to coach people with their careers, with their relationships, with their life in general, with their businesses. So there were different topics, different target groups. And I realized that I could help entrepreneurs the most because it's just my vibe, it's my experience, and I really quickly got clients, right? So in the first month, I already got my high ticket clients and I did my first challenges. So I think what makes me successful is that I know how it is to struggle with those things, like with niching and marketing and with the overwhelm and where to focus at, because I went through it myself. But also I know where to start and what steps to take to get you to the point where you want to be, like having a business where you get your monthly income, but also you can design it the way you want it to, right? There is not one way. Not everybody wants to post on Instagram all the time. Not everybody wants to have a podcast. So we really have to know what is fun for those person. Who are those people? Yeah. And hi, Mom. Hi, Isabella. She's supporting me all the way. So people out there, Isabella is my mom. She is. And yeah. And for everybody out there, this is a key thing. Like if you start something new, if you start your business, you have to have support. You can get that from your family, from your friends, from other coaches, from accountability buddies, but you need to have this support system. So Isabella, you are a big, big part of my support system, just so you know.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. I love it. So let me ask you that. Since you're very successful what you do, but you travel a lot. How do you balance work and travel? I mean, how do you make that all happen to be able to still do what you love to do?
Yeah, really good question. I didn't think when I started to combine my job and traveling that it would be such an interesting topic for people, but I get that question a lot. And it's inspiring for others because it's a wish so many of entrepreneurs, but also people who are in their 9-to-5s have, to actually be able to be somewhere else for more than just 2 weeks, for example. So right now, so I tell you how it is right now. I'm not like, there is traveling and vacation, and then there is living at other places. And I also do vacations. I also go for weekend trip somewhere else or for a week to Greece, for example. But what I really, really love is to combine it with really living. So when I'm away for longer, I'm not just there for like vacation holiday, but I'm also working there. I'm living there. For example, last winter, my partner and I, William and I, we packed our stuff and we moved to Greece for the winter. We decided to do it and we made it work. And there is always a way to make it work. I mean, of course, we don't have children right now. It's easy. I totally get it. It's not the same for everyone, but we made it work. We took our laptops, we went there, and it was amazing. And we worked from Monday to Thursday, and from Friday to Sunday, we had our time for ourselves. Went to the beach, traveled around the island, things like that. So we combined it. So it was totally possible. And that's why I work with online entrepreneurs, because it's a kind of lifestyle. It allows you to be location flexible.
No, I think you're totally right. I think you can make it work. I've been a life coach for just a little bit over a year.
Yeah.
But I've been able to, my partner and I have been able to travel, and I still maintain my business while I travel, which has been outstanding. Although I do not get to travel as much as you get to travel, which would be great. But let me ask you something. For somebody that is just starting out, okay, they're trying to get their business up and running. It's an online business, or they're trying to get their coaching up and going, or whatever it may be. What kind of first steps do you give them? Like how do you wrap that up to where they can comprehend exactly all that is supposed to happen?
Yeah. So first of all, you need to get clear on your time. So when you're still in your 9 to 5, of course, you need to have some time, some hours in the week to make that possible. So for example, in my group coaching program right now, I have some clients who are still in their 9 to 5. They work like 20 hours. They want to build a business or scale their businesses. And when it comes to implementing strategies, one objection is I don't have time. So that's the first thing. You have to get clear. Do you really want this? Do you have time, a few hours a week, to get started at least? And what is your why? So that's the first thing.
Yeah,
and the second thing, so you have to know why you are doing it. And when it comes to business, what you really need is a good offer. Right. So there are so many people out there who are telling you about marketing and content and email marketing and sales calls, but actually you need to have a really, really good offer and a solution to a problem. So you can only have this if you are clear on your target group, if you are clear on what they need. So with that comes many things. But if you have a really good, irresistible offer, then you're good to go. So that's the main focus. And so that's actually the thing. You have to have an offer, and you have to get clear on that.
Wow.
Yeah. And so if they do, and I help them with that, so I have a 5-step program to do that, to get clear on their offer, on the problem, the solution, on the niche, and all of that, how to get visible online. Like, there are systems out there. There is no need to reinvent the wheel, right? But you need somebody to guide you through, because first of all, accountability, and second, if you do it by yourself, it will take you so much longer.
Right. I just think I should hire you right now.
Oh, thank you so much. But you are already successful.
That answer you just gave, that is awesome. That is awesome. So is there, you know, what is it that makes you really, I know we've kind of talked a little bit about this, but I kind of want to delve into it a little more, because I believe on your page you list your strengths, you list what you've come through and everything like that, and the challenges and everything. What is it makes you so good at your job?
Well, so one thing we didn't talk about yet is that I myself, I was not only like not feeling 100% in my 9-to-5 job, but I'm also really aware of my lifestyle and health, because I have an autoimmune disease. Like many women have, for example, Graves' disease or Hashimoto. I have both. So I'm really aware of my health.
Okay.
So I was struggling with finding a way how to live my life in an authentic way with reaching my goals, and like knowing, okay, this is where I am, like here struggling, but this is where I want to be, and having no idea how to get there. And then really mapping out the steps and the milestones. And so if people, it's always hard to talk about yourself, right?
Yeah. I know.
But yeah, but it's also, for example, part of my content strategy when I teach my clients. You can ask your friends and your clients what they say about you. And so my clients, for example, they tell me, Lisa, I wanted to book coaching with you because I feel like I already know you and trust you.
Wow.
Or so you are an inspiration, because they also struggle with, okay, how to combine a healthy lifestyle and their business with each other. Things like that.
That's a huge compliment.
It is.
When they put their trust and they trust you to do what's best for them as well, and to guide them, and they feel like they know you, that's amazing.
It is, yeah. And it was a long time, it was really hard for me to talk about myself in that way, kind of being a people pleaser. And I taught myself, if you get a compliment, just say, thank you, appreciate it, put it in a list and read it every day and own it, because you worked for that as well, right? So I worked for that. And for me, if I see other people succeed, that's something which gets my adrenaline on. Like for me, it's the best thing when I can help others succeed. I don't know why, it just is. I take it as my gift, that this is an effect that they are having on me when they succeed. So this is why I give them my 100% fullest attention. And yeah, and because I went through it myself, maybe, and because I'm so aware of that, maybe that's what they feel as well. And that's what I get from the feedback when I get I get DMs, I get audio messages. It's so nice. It's one of the nicest parts of my job to get like this contact and this connection with my clients, right?
Yeah, totally. I agree. So what encouragement would you give someone who is afraid to pursue their business dream? What would you tell them?
So first of all, I would ask them what they are afraid of and why. And there are many reasons, right? And very often, like most of the times, it's either a fear of failure, or a fear of success, or a fear of judgment, or kind of a self-sabotaging feeling, or the fear of not having enough safety and money. So it depends on the reason for that. And then the next question is to overcome it. And normally we have the capacities to overcome those obstacles. We have those resources, but often we are not so aware of it. And if someone, for example, is afraid of maybe losing security, I would never advise somebody to just jump from being totally safe in a job to quit your job and start a business, but I would help them map out a way how to do it in a way they totally feel safe, but still are a little bit out of their comfort zone, because that's where you grow, right? We are in this comfort zone, but if we leave that comfort zone a little bit, but without being in the panic zone, then that's where we grow. So it's kind of, okay, where are you right now? Where do you want to be? And how to jump over those barriers with a strategy, and with a strategy which is based on their individual situation.
I like it. I like it. And do you find that the fear of failure and the fear of success are kind of related?
I think so. Yeah, I do. Like it's when it comes to fears and self-sabotaging behavior, there are certain triggers for our fears. And when we fear to fail or when we fear to have success, it's normally bound to something we experienced in our past and bound to beliefs we're having. And for example, fear of failure, it's actually a really fascinating system because we are protecting ourselves. Because what if we do our best and we give everything we can, but we still fail? It would hurt our self-esteem, we would hurt ourselves. So it's better not to start in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Or if I succeed, what would that mean? Would it change a lot? What would it mean for my life? It's better not to try, because then you can protect where you are and what you know. But that's just a short-term solution. Like in the long term, you would hurt yourself even more because you stop growing and you stop progressing. Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow, well said.
What do you think about that? How is it with your client?
I agree. In my clientele, my clientele is just a tad bit different in the sense that they've been beaten down so much to not think that they can succeed, right? So the fear of failure is there, and it's because they haven't learned to trust themselves, right? They haven't learned to, they struggle with being confident with who they are and what they have to offer, right? And so they look at themselves in not always the best light, or as someone that may not have much to offer or can't trust what they think. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I deal with people that are recovering from religion a lot of times. And so that fear of failure and fear of success, I think, is exactly what you said, in the sense that it is related. And there is that thread that runs through them both. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally agree. What I love about this is the fact that you, being a business coach, have that insight into people. So it's not just numbers for you, right? It's people, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that because a lot of businesses or business coaches, stuff like that, it's numbers, right? It's like, oh, let me put this in and put this in, and you should be good to go. You have insight into, because you've been a coach, because you've been in other areas, you have that insight into, hey, there's more than just what's on the surface. There's more going on underneath here. In order to make whatever point A to point B you got to get to, you also have to deal with what's going on down here. And I love that you understand that instead of just trying to push them from A to B. Excuse me. So I think that's incredibly insightful on your part.
Thank you so much. Yeah. The mindset is,
go on.
Like, normally mindset is like a little part in a business program. You have it like as a little part, maybe one model, but I really try to have it like everywhere, right? To include it a lot, because that's what also brings you through those barriers and to help you to overcome those obstacles. That's the biggest difference.
That's awesome. So would you just take a moment and share how your business can help someone fulfill their dreams? Just, they come to you, they go, okay, this is what I want to do. How do you help somebody fulfill their dreams?
Well, so I work with my clients one-on-one, and right now I'm also having my group coaching program, my first group coaching program. And with both, with the one-on-ones and with the group coaching programs, we go through a certain process. So their start either still being in their jobs and wanting to start a business, or they already started, but they stopped like scaling, they stopped growing at a certain point. They don't know what to do. Maybe they had one client, two clients. They want to progress, but they don't know how. And at the end of the program, they know exactly, okay, what is their offer? How can they sell the offer? They got their first clients, and they also stepped into this really strong vision of themselves. Like they know exactly why they want to do what they want to do, and they know how to combine it with their week, their idle day, with their life goals, with their relationships. So it's bound to their needs and values. And we do that by really having one-on-one intensive sessions, like going really, really deep, because of course you can have a training, you can watch it, and then you can see what you can do with it. But they always get this support with me, either with one-on-one or with group coaching programs where we meet in a group or one-on-one. So that's what they get, that's what we do. And even those who are already like in a leadership role, and I always say that because we think that as entrepreneurs, and maybe you have a team at a certain point, we always think, okay, those people are already so successful, they already have everything they need, they must be so confident, they must be so safe. But the issues kind of stay the same, they just change a little bit, like, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter where you are, where the point is where you are. So it's also a lot about confidence, like really feeling confident and stepping into those inner like powers and inner green you are actually.
Wonderful. So say someone wants to, sorry, a little bit of COVID left over.
No problem. Oh, I get that.
So say someone to follow you, learn more about this. How do they find you? How do they contact you?
You can contact me on social media, right? So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You can always just DM me, but you can also find a link in my bio where you can directly book a free clarity call. And in those calls, it's not just sales calls, you already get a ton of value. So in my first calls, I want to give those clients as much value as possible. Even if we see, okay, we're not a match, I don't care, it doesn't matter, you still get a ton of value. So you can directly book a call there as well. But if you have any questions before that or just want to chat, you can also DM me.
Awesome. Awesome. I've got to tell you, the more I hear about what you do and how you do it, the more impressed I am. I've had the opportunity to interview a lot of people, and I'll say this, if you are, for anybody that watches this later or watching now, if you have a dream of doing something in business, going your own route, whatever have you, I highly recommend Lisa. I mean, she knows what the heck she's talking about, to say the least. And talking with her actually has made me reevaluate, what I'm doing and how I go about things. So Lisa, I think you're outstanding. I appreciate you taking the time to talk. I know that time is valuable. And so I don't look lightly on the fact that you took the time to let me ask you questions and see, and listen to everything you're about. So just know this, that if someone comes to me and says, hey, I want to start a business, I want to do something, you're the first person I'm going to recommend that they talk to. So I appreciate.
I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Really, I appreciate you. I appreciate this so much. Really, these connections. Like my heart is for it. Really. So thank you so much. And I can just return the compliment. So every client would be happy to work with you. Totally.
Thank you. Well, don't be surprised if you get a call and go, hey, can I hire you? But thank you. Please, for everyone that's watching or will watch, give her a follow. There's lots to learn, and she's a wealth of information. And quite frankly, and I don't say this all the time, but you incredibly kind, and gentle. So, but at the same time, I know you've got that bulldog spirit that helps people out. So, don't
Oh, you got, yes, that's true.
So I have a wonderful day, you and your partner, and look forward to talking to you again.
You too. Thank you so much for having me, and we talk soon, Brett. I wish you the best. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.